DIY.
Okay, DIYers, I know I'm a little bit late for this one. This video dropped last week, but it is YG 2004, and it definitely has had a lot of conversation around it because of some of the things that YG disclosed. I had the honor of speaking with DJ Charisma.
I'm so proud of him. And for him, he's always been a crazy storyteller. Like,
Sure.
go back and listen to all of YG's albums, mixtapes, the way he uses interludes and all that. He's always been such a great storyteller. And for him to be such a G and to actually come out and admit that, and from a man's standpoint, like, go ahead, man. Go ahead, YG, because that's something that nobody talks about.
You should definitely go check out that interview when you get an opportunity. But this song, I haven't watched it in its entirety. I saw a few clips. 2004 featuring Buddy and the Gang. Let's hear it.
When I was young, I got raped by a bitch twice my age.
That was the line. That for sure was the line. I'm going to go back to that timestamp. But something I learned from film and the way that they frame stuff, usually this is like a documentary style. When you center the person, you're putting them at the center of the focus. That's a hell of a bar to start off with. Was at the 27 mark? He said, okay, by a woman that was twice his age. Right out the gate. That's crazy.
Ever since that day, I never looked at shit the same. Fucked up in the brain, pussy what I blame. Fried, so you know why I like chicken wings. My life is insane, like I'm from Baby Gang. How I'm supposed to change with all this fucked up shit I sang. Fucked up, yeah, I know. Fucked up and some more. I'm so used to fucked up, I get fucked up at the show. Fucked up, yeah, I know. How fucked up could it go? Nipsey left me like how Biggie left Hov.
If this is, dare I say,
I'm gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
if the party is dying, and these are some of the songs that are going to now populate the conversation, dare I say we're getting to a place, a healthier place, where we're able to actually talk about things that can stick with people for longer than the duration of a chorus. This is insane, because I never would have thought that YG would be the voice that you would hear on something like this. And as DJ Charisma said, he's always told some crazy stories, but this one is one of those where, this could immediately make the homies look at you crazy. Like, what you mean? Or some, especially men, black men, we look at a situation like that. We're like, bro, that ain't grape. That ain't no grape. You know what I'm saying? Like, you was just young, and you was, you was getting at it. But it's like, it is what it is. And I'm sure I've seen it on the timeline. There's a lot of conversations that have been sparked because of this. So I salute real music bringing real conversations.
Used to fucked up, I get fucked up at the show. Fucked up, yeah, I know. How fucked up could it go? Nipsey left me like how Biggie left Hov. Whoa, this Slim got his life stole. Telling myself I'll be alright though. Shit really fucking with my psycho. My little bitch lost her life in light bulb.
They tell me don't worry.
Sheesh.
They ask me if I'm okay. Motherfuckers don't deserve me. Not even on my worst day. This life shit crazy. Grew up at a young age.
Hey, to my point earlier about the new version of whoever we fell in love with and had nostalgia with in the 90s, the new version of Nate Dogg probably wouldn't sound like Nate Dogg, but damn it, I'm going to tell you like this. Buddy is making a hell of a case. Buddy is making a hell of a case. When you look at it, don't think of it from the terms of an angry hip-hop fan of nostalgia. Don't do that. When I say this, I am somebody that is not trying to belittle or say that Nate Dogg's representation is not its own thing. But what I'm telling you is, if we just check off the boxes, Buddy has a very distinguishable voice, a very catchy approach to making hooks, A lot of West Coast artists, the elite artists, Nipsey being one of those, have reached out to him to provide a certain type of aesthetic. When we think about the lineage of Nate Dogg's and Cocaine's, it's never going to sound the same way that it sounded like before. This right here, I'm looking at him from that angle now where it's like, damn, could he be this generation in his own way? Could that be like the Nate Dogg contribution? I think there's a lot of potential in that because his music by itself is fire.
Oh, babe, why you had to hurt me?
Okay, now, back when I was a juvie and shit, got used for the dick. I ain't even know what to do with the bitch, confused a bit. Her niece, I went to school with the bitch. My screws loose, who got the tools to fix? So I went to the homies and we talked about it. They thought exotic, that was their only thoughts about it. Dick hard cause the clothes, she stripped all about it. Hypnotized from them hip and thighs, all hypnotic. Yeah, that's when I bust my first nut. Young nigga with his dick all in a grown up. With the shits in real quick, how I growed up. Got took advantage of and I liked it, so what? Y'all call that sex abuse shit. I just thought she was doing some cool shit. If I would've told mama about the new shit, the bitch probably would've been up on the news clip.
They tell me don't worry. They ask me if I'm okay. Motherfuckers don't deserve me.
Sheesh.
Not even on my worst day. This life shit crazy. Grew up at a young age. Oh, babe, why you had to hurt me?
So just think before the next time you start asking, why's you like that? Why's you savage? Why every hoe you fuck with is never long lasting? No access to my heart, I give no passage. A bitch took advantage of me, I ain't got no trust. The bitch took advantage of me, I ain't getting no fucks. At 14 years old, I got my dick sucked. At 14 years old, I got my dick fucked. The hoe was 30 years old, and I never told. Was dating her niece when this happened, it was swearing on my soul.
Damn.
I ain't wanna spill the tea, so I just let her go. Cause me and the auntie care fucking for sure. Then, oh.
Look. Woo, gee, damn. That's a lot. That's a lot to unwrap. Moderators, you got my full permission. If you got somebody in here who's obsessed with pausing, I don't even know who the person's name was. These conversations is not for you. So I'm gonna give you an opportunity to leave if this is too much for you, if this is too adult for you. But all the pausing and all of that, like, dog, please chill the fuck out. Please chill, because this ain't for you. Yeah. What I'm enjoying the most about hearing the story is he's not sacrificing quality or overselling anything. He's telling a story like you would tell a story from somebody who was really fucked up by the things they shared. It's not holding punches. It's not extra cleaned up. It's not Will Smithed out. This is delivered like a classic YG song. It pains me to know that these things are reality, but that's also the uncomfortable nature that we got from Mr. Morale. That's the uncomfortable nature that we got from music in the 90s. There's a lot of songs that fall into that category. And I think in a time period where folks are dealing with that right now, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who feel seen, who never would have thought their favorite rapper in their lane would have ever made something like this. I salute them. It's a hell of a risk.
Oh, one day I feel like this was too much. I knew this wasn't regular as I grew up. She told me eat her ass, after that I threw up. Ooh, can't believe I had my face in the butt.
They tell me don't.
Yeah. Oh, shit. No pun intended. Damn. Yep. That might be the part of the time where if I was sitting down having a conversation with YG and he told that part of the story, I'd probably put my plate down. I'm like, damn. And I'm listening. I don't want to eat no more. Woo. That was a lot.
They ask me if I'm okay. Motherfuckers don't deserve me. Not even on my worst day. This life shit crazy. Grew up at a young age. Oh, babe, why you had to hurt me?
Not grown ass, but chill.
You
I just say this? I imagine just as an artist that understands what it's like to put out a story about yourself that leaves you feeling very, very naked to the audience, and I mean that figuratively, I'm pretty sure this has got to feel therapeutic to have had put out there, because I think that we all as listeners have a certain idea of the person's story based upon what they've told us and based upon what we assume. For him to tell every ugly, painstaking detail that a lot of rappers wouldn't have a heart to, to me, this is just as scary for the other rappers as what they're saying, where hip hop, the state of hip hop is at. This is just as scary, because now the audience is demanding answers for some of the degenerate behavior that we see. Yo, why do you have to always be the center of attention, Kanye? Yo, what are you hiding that you're trying to distract us from, Kanye? Yo, why all this emphasis on trying to piss everybody else off? Where's your quality of life at, Kanye? Yo, why are you dressed up like a Black Klansman today? Like, what are you really, like, what's really going on in your personal story that we're not talking about because we're so distracted by the bullshit that you're doing? What you got going on, bro? What's under the hood? I think listeners really, really want to know that kind of shit now. We don't care about all of the loud talking. You can't talk louder. You can't talk louder than your problems, especially when people see you for who you are. I salute YG, because this ain't easy for a gangster rapper to say. This ain't easy, especially when so much of your brand is dependent upon, being the superhero that never gets hurt. For as many times as you'll hear rappers like this get criticized for using words like bitch and hoe, the one in this story that was the aggressor wasn't the gangster. It was an older woman. And he told a story in which it shows and exhibits a level of accountability that he didn't have to put in. Because, as rappers, we get to be the superheroes of our story without having to take accountability. Everybody is the problem. Everybody else is the problem. But he took accountability of, I went back. I did it again. I was also dating her niece, and then I like, he really told every ugly part of the story, parts of the story that I'm sure 90% of rappers would never want you to know about them. I like to see that. To me, I've told y'all, fam, I told y'all, when we started seeing, I've seen a few different like peace moments, Bloods and Crips. I've seen peaceful moments happen in the city before. I've seen after, some crazy event happens, whether it's the riots, and then as of recently, after the whole Pop Out show, I've seen it, and I said something feels different about this. When you started seeing some of these folks that were voluntarily going in the streets in solidarity, I was like, something feels different. It doesn't feel forced. It feels like they want to be in these environments together. I look at this and I see that this feels like a continuation of that very thing, and that there's real healing that is occurring. And just because it happens slowly doesn't mean that it's not happening at all. Now, are there artists that have done this before? Absolutely. That's not what we're talking about. But to be in this position, to have the kind of light that he has on him, when the lights are the brightest, to say what he said in this song, I can't do nothing but salute. Because he could have took that to the grave with him, and nobody would have had to know nothing. Now he has created a moment that will live on even longer than his lifetime, because that is a story that is older than time, that does not get a lot of light. I don't think he's only helping men who have gone through that, but I think also too there is the female version of that as well. There's a woman version of that as well. That vulnerability causes other people to be vulnerable. And I'm here for it. This is what happens when you create music that could be somebody's medicine. Maybe the music is not your medicine because it has cussing, because it has imagery, because it has stuff that makes you uncomfortable. But then again, everybody's medication is not prescribed to them. Some medication is not for your prescription. If you got to dig into it and you got to tell it what it needs to be, that prescription is not for you. Those are my thoughts, though, DIYers. You let me know what you think. DIYers, if you enjoyed this content, make sure that you hit the like button and maybe even consider subscribing. Come on, man. Don't be a greedy. Peace.